Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Malika and I'm an expat and travel content creator, and today we are talking about mistakes not to make when you visit Rome. I just came back from my third or fourth trip to Rome, I can't even remember at this point, and after a few trips there, I have seen how the city has changed over the years and I have learned so much about how to have the best trip possible. I wanted to share these travel tips with you and I hope that they will help you out as you start planning your trip, so keep watching for mistakes not to make in Rome. Number 1, doing too much sightseeing. Obviously, Rome is known for its sights, and there's definitely a lot that you cannot miss out on. But if you jam-pack your itinerary and you're running from tourist site to tourist site, you really will miss out on the allure and the magic of one of Europe's most beautiful cities. There was an Italian saying that became a trending sound on TikTok and Instagram Reels a few months ago that basically sums it up perfectly. La dolce fa niente. The sweetness of doing nothing. On any trip to Rome, or really anywhere in Italy in general, you need to experience that feeling. So just go ahead and sit in a cafe for hours on end, roam through the streets with no real purpose or itinerary. That is just one piece of any Italian vacation that 100% cannot be missed. Number 2, not buying tickets in advance. So whatever sites you plan on seeing, make sure you pick up those tickets for entry online in advance. Rome is notorious for its crowds and the epic lines everywhere, so definitely book your tickets a few weeks before your trip to make sure you can get to see the sites you want to see when you want to see them. And be sure to purchase them from an official site, not like any random website that says skip the line tickets when you Google it. The official sites will have the best prices and most updated calendar availability, so unless you are going on a fully guided tour that specifically includes entry fees to the sites you want to see, just avoid third-party vendors. Number 3, eating anywhere near a tourist site. So it might be tempting to stop in whatever restaurant is calling your name as you finish a beautiful morning of sightseeing, but generally speaking, I avoid eating at any restaurant directly near a tourist attraction. The food will be mediocre at best and way overpriced. Do some research in advance on the best places to eat in each neighborhood, or at least walk a few blocks away from tourist central before grabbing a table to eat. The only exception is for my influencers or Insta babes who care more about getting the right shot than they do about the food, and I myself will admit I am guilty of this at times as well. I have most definitely had my share of overpriced coffees, and I don't even like lattes, and bland appetizers at Instagram-friendly restaurants just to have the iconic view. But at least that does count as a business expense for me. Number 4, not watching your pockets. This is a big safety tip for Rome, and as it is for most of the big touristy cities in Europe, you really have to be on the lookout for pickpockets. They are pretty common, especially around the major tourist attractions, and because those small and narrow streets can get incredibly crowded, it's very easy for someone to walk through the crowd and just pickpocket you without you even realizing it until it's too late. So always be attentive to your belongings, use a crossbody bag or something that will keep your stuff very close to you, zipped up and then in front of your body, and avoid putting things in your pockets, especially your back pockets. Also, don't bring out more valuables than you absolutely should have. Keep one credit card with you at a time and a small amount of cash each day, and never the original of your passport, only a photocopy. Number 5, walking around at night. Here's another safety tip while in Rome. So it's a beautiful, gorgeous city by the day, sunset is spectacular, early evening is beautiful, but there are definitely some sketchy spots at night and you need to avoid being out late at night alone. While I adore an aimless long stroll through the Eternal City, after dark that really can be a bad idea. While pickpocketing is pretty common by day when there's a lot of crowds, at night you become a lot more likely to encounter a violent robbery or mugging, especially if you're by yourself around the train station or outside the main tourist hubs and the crowds have kind of diminished from the day. And getting a taxi back to your hotel after dark is really not always an easy feat. Most of the time you'll be waiting 10 minutes or more for an Uber, or you have to wander around until you find the nearest taxi stand and wait there until one pulls up, because they really don't answer street hails. You have to go to a taxi stand and wait for one. So if you want to experience Roman nightlife, do so with a group of friends, not just on your own. Plan everything very carefully as well for your own safety. Pre-book a private driver or have your hotel reserve you a taxi drop-off and pickup, so you'll have your ride waiting for you there when you leave your venue. Number 6, not wearing the right clothes. So clothing choices matter a lot whenever you're traveling, and it's no different in Rome. Do yourself a favor and show off some of your style. I try not to judge, but it absolutely kills me to see a typical American tourist uniform in such a stylish, chic city. If you're going to wear shorts, they can be cute, fashionable ones, not like your gross gym shorts or something ill-fitting like a cargo short. Throw away those ridiculous fanny packs and ugly ass t-shirts and embrace some more fashionable choices. And you don't have to sacrifice your comfort for style. Linen slacks and shorts, slip dresses, loose fitting button downs, feminine blouses, cool girl graphic t-shirts, those are all amazing options and they will be just as comfortable. My Italian summer wardrobe was a mix of rompers and sundresses, a little like short suit for days when we're traveling between cities, and I feel like I was very pulled together but also very comfortable. Take some inspiration from Instagram or TikTok or even like girls right here on YouTube and figure out how to look your best and stay comfortable, of course, while you're traveling. Number 7, not leaving time to shop. So Rome is a great city for shopping, and the best part is you can find amazing products for every budget. Of course, the city is known for the high-end luxury brands, so if you are really living La Dolce Vita and you want a souvenir that you will never forget, treat yourself to something from your favorite Italian luxury brand. And right now the euro is at near record lows against the dollar, so take advantage of that. When we were in Rome, we did like a little mini shopping spree at Gucci, and I also got some really sexy Italian bikinis from like random little shops around town. You can also treat yourself to wine, pastas, or other foodie items if that's your thing, but I find that if you live in a major city like New York or LA, the imports are just as good, so those items might not be worth hauling all the way back. But do be sure to leave room in your itinerary for shopping and also room in your luggage to bring things back, and make sure you get to the airport early enough to do your VAT refund. You can get back anywhere from like 12 to 18% depending on the purchase price, and that can really add up to a nice chunk of change. Like we got back a few $100s from our shopping. When we left Rome, it did take about an extra like 30 minutes to find the VAT refund desk and then process the money, and that was even without a line. So just keep that in mind when you're scheduling your airport departure, that it can take some time and you might run into like a long line and have to wait. Number 8, skipping aperitivo. So do not skip aperitivo. It was quite possibly my favorite thing about living in Italy. If you are new to the concept, aperitivo is happy hour on steroids. Most restaurants offer it from around 5 or 6 until like 8 or 9, and that'll help you prepare your appetite for the big dinner that will follow. Depending on the restaurant, you can expect everything from light bites like little prosciutto and cheese and crackers to a full-on buffet with like amazing like real options. So honestly, if you find the right aperitivo at the right restaurant, you can load up on the buffet and just skip dinner altogether, which I have to admit I have done a number of times, especially when I was a grad student living in Italy. So those are some great tips for travelers on a budget. Number 9, expecting a big breakfast. When you're in Italy, eat as the Italians do. That means if you're used to eating a big American or English style breakfast, get unused to it. Yes, the tourist traps and big chain hotels will probably offer it, but just give the classic Italian breakfast a try. It's fast and simple, just a coffee and pastry, typically called a brioche or cornetto, which is something similar to a croissant. Now, after eating it for nearly 3 years for breakfast, I can definitely say I am not a huge fan, but when traveling, it is important to explore local customs and local food traditions and kind of just get to try them, and this is just one of them, so. And last but not least, number 10, eating the wrong gelato. Not all gelato is made equal, and there is a ton of terrible gelato in Rome, just like absolutely appalling. If you're trying to pick the perfect gelato place, make sure you keep this pro tip in mind. If you see the gelato piled up on the display, keep it moving. High quality gelato will be stored in the tubs with the lid on top, so you won't get to see the flavor or color until you're being served. And please keep the taste testing to a minimum, especially if there's a long line. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and drop a comment below, and check out some of my other videos in the 10 Mistakes series. I have one on London and one on Paris, and I'm trying to think of which one I should do next. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, what you'd be interested in, what cities you want to learn more about next. And of course, check out some of my other videos in general and subscribe if you like them. Follow me on Instagram if you want to. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!